Hi guys, good morning and welcome to our science review. So let's start. We have here the insect and the body parts of animals. First we have the insect, and the insect has three main parts: the head, the thorax, and abdomen. So the head of the insect carries the eyes and the antenna. The what is antenna? Antenna is used for feeling, hearing, smelling, and also tasting. What about the thorax? Thorax is where the three pairs of legs grow out from underneath. What about wings? The wings, most insects have either one or two pairs of wings. And on top of thorax, others lack wings. What about legs? Legs, all insects have three pair of jointed legs. And then the abdomen, it contains the organs like the stomach, the intestine, tubes, or for laying eggs. So this one is our parts sample of an insect. Now let's have the fish. The fish is covered with scales or a slippery skin for protection, and they are using gills take in oxygen from the water so that fish can live. All right, so this one. Next we have the bird. Okay, the birds, body covering of the birds are feathers. They have legs, two legs, and then also they have wings, and then they have also beaks. Birds that feed on insects have pointed beaks. Some birds have hooked beaks to rip the fish that they nibble in small pieces. And then of course they have claws, also help them to get their food. Now let's have the snake. The snake has two parts, the head and the long muscular trunk. And their body covering is scaly. Okay, and the snake, they don't have feet, so they move by slithering. And they are using their tongue for smelling. Okay, next, the cat. Cat belongs to the higher dorm of animals called mammals. And their body covering is hair or fur. And they have two pair of legs for walking. Okay? So, the body parts of used by animals for moving. So, legs, they use it for walking, galloping, running, jumping, and hopping. So, if you don't have the animals without legs, they are crawling, sliding, or slithering. And then others use fins and tails for them to move. Of course, yung mga fish natin, they swim. And the wings, they are using it for flying, like the butterflies, the birds, alright? And other insects. Next, the body parts of animals used by getting their food. So the giraffes, dogs, cats, horses, and carabaos, they use their what? Their teeth. And the squirrels, they use their paws and also their teeth. The birds, they use their beaks and also sometimes they use their claws. And then the butterfly, they use the long sucking tube or the proboscis. And the spiders, they spin the web para ma-get yung kanilang food. And then the frogs, they stick their tongue, and the turtles use their toothless jaw. Alright? Next, let's have the food that animals eat. So we have three: herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. The herbivores are the animals that eat only plants like the carabao, cow, rabbit, butterfly, okay? But carnivores are animals that eat flesh or meat of other animals. We have the lions, the tigers. Alright? And the third one is the omnivores. These animals, they are eating both plants and animals like dogs and chicken and cats. All right. Next, let's have the place where animals live. We have the land, we have also the water, and both land and water. So land, what are the animals live on land? We have the horses, the chickens, cats, dogs, cows, and goats. What about in the water? We have the fishes, the sea urchins, the octopus, and the seahorse. All right? And for those who live both land and water, we have the crocodiles, the hippopotamus, and we have also the frogs. Okay? Now let's go to comparing different animals. For this one, it's true or false. Okay? So you need to make sure that you know this one. Okay? It's true or false. Now, for tortoises, they live on land, while the turtles lived on water. And then the tortoises, they are only eating plants, while the turtles, they some eat plants and others mostly eat meat. And both of them, they have toothless pair of jaw, have pair of toothless jaw with sharp edges for cutting food, and they have a hard shell for shelter and also for protection. Now, let's proceed with our chickens and pigeons. The chickens, they cannot fly high, while the pigeons, they can fly high from one place to another. Both of them belong to the group of animals called bird. They have both of them with beaks and claws, which they use for getting food. Also, both of them with pair of wings, and they are covered with feathers. Now, let's proceed with our crocodiles and alligators. The alligators have broad snouts and nostrils, while the crocodiles, they stick their fangs out on each side of the lower jaw when their mouth is closed like this. Okay? And then both crocodiles and alligators are large animals covered with dry and bumpy scales, and they both of them have long, powerful tails, and they can find their eyes, ears, and nostril can be found where? On top of their head. Now, let's proceed with our butterflies and moths. The butterfly have a long and slender body, while the moths, they have thick and furry bodies. And the butterflies, they fly only during the day, while the moths, they usually fly during the night. And when the butterflies are resting, they fold their wings straight up, while the moths, when they are resting, they spread their wings flat. Both of them are insects with pair of wings, have an antenna, and they are from caterpillar. Next, we have the fishes and the whales. The fishes are scaly or with slimy skin, while the whales, they have smooth and firm skin. So, when moving, the tails and fins that swing from side to side, yung fishes. While the whales, it goes up and down. Alright? The fish can stay long underwater, but the whales cannot. They need to breathe, okay, from the sa taas ng dagat. Okay? And now, let's have bats and birds. The bats, oh, I forgot, both of them have tails and fins. The fishes and the whales. Now, guys, let's go to our bats and birds. What? The bats are mammals, while the birds are what? That's right. They are part of the bird called aves. And the bats are born alive by their mother, but the birds are hatched from eggs. Okay? And then, they have wings and claws, and then yung bats, their wings and their arms and structures that look like long fingers connected by a thin membrane that form into wings. Alright? Now, let's have our last, the spiders and insects. The spiders has two main body parts, while the insects has three main body parts. Okay? And then, the spiders, they don't have wings, but while the insects, they have wings. Okay? The spiders have 8 legs, while the insects, they have 6 legs. Alright? And both of them are invertebrates. Alright? So remember, for our comparing animals, it is true or false. Okay? Changes as animals grow. Baby animals are born alive, have body parts similar to those of their parents, and they are alike in body movement and in body covering. They looked exactly alike, like this one. This one. Okay, and most animals change in size. From the small, they gonna grow like this and this. Okay? Newborn cows, goats, and carabaos do not have horns. They only develop horns as they grow, like this and this and this. Okay? And the deer, the first set of antlers or horns are usually short spikes. And as the deer grows older, the antlers become longer. And some animals come from eggs. However, not all mothers sit on the eggs they lay to hatch them. So the chickens, they lay, okay? They hatch from the eggs, and they lay, they protect their eggs until it hatches. And then, but some animals that are hatched from eggs become completely different, okay? As they grow, they lose the certain parts and develop new, like the butterfly, the flies, and mosquitoes. So what are the needs of animals to live and grow? Of course, they need food, they need water, they need air and sunlight. So, ways to show concern for animals: we need to give your pets enough food and eat and water to drink. Also, we need to provide a clean place for our animals. And when we are playing with our pets, we are not supposed to hurt them. And also, we need to help protect animals. Okay, but guys, but this one, for this one, the baby animal, the baby and the young, the mother and the young, you need to know that one, okay? So, what's the mother, and then what's the baby, okay? From butterfly, ang baby niya is caterpillar, like that, okay? So, the chicken, dogs, puppy, okay? So, now, how the animals help us? Of course, they give us food, like the meat, the cheese, milk, and also, they catch bad guys. And some of the dog also used by police officers, and then other animals, they eat other animals that are pestering our plants. Okay? And then this one, the earthworms, they are helpful to our soil. So, what are you gonna do to protect yourself from harmful animals? Of course, do not disturb animals, especially do not touch or tinker with animal shelters like beehives and anthills. And also, do not touch newborn puppies because you can hurt them. And the mother dog can hurt you also. So, avoid also, number 2, avoid going to places with tall and thick grass, and always keep your surroundings clean. Alright? So, that's all, everyone, and see you tomorrow for our review. Bye, guys!